When we operate in love, we take action.
Because if I can do it, I promise you any of you can do it. There's no question about that.
If you want your present to be better, your future has to be bigger.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Man, oh man, rocking and rolling. So, we've condensed these down to, 20, 25 minutes because we have our rapid funnel app training at 11:30 Central. So want to jump in. If any of you guys tuning in have any questions, throw them in the comments and we'll help you guys get unpacked. But because I know you've been a lot like looking at a lot of the different companies, the numbers, and there's a ton of uncertainty even with agents. And then, hey, company I'm at, what's going on here? What's just a lot of uncertainty. The agents I talk to, they're just like, what's going on? What's real? What should we believe? So I know you've done a lot of research on the companies and be able to kind of share a little bit what you've been studying and paying attention to.
Yeah, sure. So first, we'll give a little shout out to the Honey Badger Nation page. If you haven't gone to honeybadgernation.com, it is the one place where everything lives. Something that's been asked for a ton. And if you haven't been there, go there. That's where all the training, it's where access to the app, it's access to anything and everything that you might want to know. That's all about our group here, Honey Badger Nation. So, so to answer that question, John, the one company that there's a few companies I wouldn't want to be at. I know one company I do want to be at, and that's the one we're all at. But the, Compass is a really troubling one for me, right? They're literally, Compass is saying how their monetization plan, because they're not profitable, is to year by year take another 1% away from what the commission splits are with the agents. So they're trying to basically boil a frog it's like boiling a frog. They're going to take a little bit and more from you every year. Can you imagine that being the brokerage, being publicly traded, having to tell what their actual strategy is to monetize the company, and it to basically screw all the agents? I mean, it's unbelievable to me that any agent is at Compass and is wanting to stay there, because that's it's the opposite of being an agent-centric company. So and they're not profitable even with the higher split of all the different brands that are out there, right? Like they're already at 14% commission split, no cap. It's just kind of crazy. So that one is kind of mind-boggling to me. And others, we have obviously the next generation of real estate companies are all copycats of EXP. So you've got all these companies that are trying to do what we're doing. But that's like trying to mess with Amazon, right? Like, good luck. Try to be Amazon and try to do it for cheaper and see if that's the race to the bottom from a brokerage standpoint, trying to operate on less margin and still add the value to the agents. That's really what it boils down to. It's a balance of what's the littlest that we can operate on and still add value to the agents that we have in our organization, because the agents are the customer to the brokerage.
Yep. I mean, the only thing I'd add to that with the whole Compass thing is, you nailed it with the race to the bottom. But, we were on the phone today with the legend himself, Uncle Gene Frederick, this morning. And, he knows of just him, 8 Keller Williams big teams, either former OPs, team leads, whatever, that are literally on their way in onboarding right now. And, what's happening is Keller Williams, I don't know if this is coming from Gary, but the market centers are playing defense once again. They're dropping their pants on their splits. They're going from $21,000, well, let's say $18,000 cap down to $5,000. And they're coming up with new models to just try and keep these agents in the pocket with them and not moving over with them. And just think about it like this. Imagine, we were at a Keller Williams market center and we're just, and an agent paying, the 18 plus the 3,000 in royalties, so $21,000, and then them offering an indefinite, this is for an indefinite amount of time, a $5,000 cap to some of the agents if they would just stay. And it's pissing people off. So the message that I have to everyone here in the nation is there's a tidal wave coming of people that are coming, big names that turn heads. And I was telling this to one of our agents, I mentioned it to Joel, is that there's a tidal wave and we know it's coming. I'm telling you that it's coming right now. Start paddling now. Don't wait for the Facebook announcement to hit. Start getting your invites out there. Start adding value. Start making just your calls, text, whatever. Do everything that we've been teaching, and you'll now be ahead of it. And when the announcement comes out, now you're not the guy that's like, hey, did you hear about so and so that just came over? No, you were already in conversation with them because you started paddling before you even knew the wave was going to hit. And if the agents that go to Compass for the money, they're going to leave for the money. You're not going to just keep somebody because of that. It has to be stickier, which is why we built the group that, we have here in Honey Badger Nation is that we wanted the stickiest value proposition. And I'd like to believe we have that. Yeah. So, anyways, that was all I was going to add.
Great point, Al. 100%. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Love it. And yeah, it is. It's going to be interesting. How can these companies even sustain when they're losing money every day?
Yeah. It's not sustainable, which is just another chink in the armor, right? That they have to change. They have to change their business model. So what the promises that are being made are going to be unkept, and things will change, which is just a lot more uncertainty. So you don't want to find yourself in a place where you're trying to build your business, you're stuck in a 3-year agreement because you took some short money, and then they go and change things on you, which is what's really happening. Which is, again, I can't say enough about our fearless leader, Glenn Sanford. I've just seen him too many times in every situation. The filter he just runs everything through is this better for the agents? And that's not what how other companies are operating. They're all looking to how to get in your pockets. I mean, even Realogy, as big as they are and as unprofitable as they are, as much debt they have on the balance sheet, they're looking for ways to charge referral fees and get same thing with all the everything out there. Zillow is made a deal with Open Door now, and so they're everyone else that's out there is trying to turn a profit by taking money out of the agent's pocket. I believe we're the only company that's not, and it feels good to know you're in the right camp. That's for sure.
Yeah, it absolutely does, and I think it's just the way that he's led in the leadership. We talk about this all the time, right? You go back to the core values, and the one that I keep coming back to, I mean, the being agile is one, but just sustainability, right? Thinking that, what we're building is sustainable for the company and for the agents. And it's just can't get that message out there enough. Cash up front in a 2-year agreement. Yep. But somebody told me this morning, and I don't know if it was an Inman article, Al, maybe, I don't know if you saw it or cuz you saw it, but they're saying that they're not going to pay, Compass isn't going to pay agents anymore.
What?
Yeah, somebody just Michael and Karen Foster told me that this morning, that they read where Compass just announced that they won't be paying agents to come over anymore.
Oh, gotcha. Interesting. Yeah.
Well, they're going to have a different strategy.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like how?
Yeah, good luck recruiting. Yeah, they had the best recruiting angle in the game if you didn't read the contract. In terms of giving people money to come over, it's a pretty good value proposition. I don't know how you evolve to something different with the same offering. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah. And no stock.
Plus you got all the agents that are coming up at the end of the contract that they're not offering those deals to. So, how long, if you're an agent that's been successful, why stay? Why stick around, and pay them a ton of money for a business you built?
Well, I mean, I think it goes back to some of the leaders in this group and what they've been preaching, and we've been preaching and all day long, which is it's got to be about production first. These agents their number one problem in speaking to agents is how can I put a system together that is proven repeatable to get us new business rolling in there, and obviously marketing. And we do that for a lot of our agents and show people. And that's why we brought Braden in, is that, it can't be about, like, if they were buying agents and they're going to lean into their technology. We saw what happened when Gary Keller said, we're now a technology company. Dumbest thing ever. Like, whoever advised him that was a good thing to say, which was probably nobody. They probably actually said, no, I wouldn't do that, but he's going to do whatever he wants to do. That we're now a tech company. How'd that work out? And
Right.
so, I think that it has to be stickier. It has to be building a community around leaders who are actually, out there doing it. And we have that. And they, our competition doesn't. Now, Compass, they got a lot of the higher end, but they were bought. And what happens when the contract's up and there's no more money to buy them back? Granted, they got a lot of cash sitting on hand, but they're losing money, and it's not an indefinite amount of money that they have. They got to figure a way out to turn the ship eventually, and get profitable. I think. I mean, I would imagine that.
Oh yeah, I would think at some point when you're carrying a ton of debt that your interest rates are going up, your carrying costs are going up, all of the units of measure are going up across the board. That something has to change there. I wouldn't want to be running that company. I wouldn't want to be in that position to have to figure that out, because really they're in a position where it's kind of like checkmate. You can only really basically take advantage of your agents at this point and hope that they don't leave. And so there's this balance of trying to figure out how you're going to make promises, add value without actually it costing you anything, which is not a good strategy.
Yep. And I believe we're all rowing in the same direction right now. Shout out to our global alliance partners. Shout out to Fast Forward Movement guys. They're all rowing in the same direction. We're about helping people sell more, helping real estate agents grow their business, sell more homes, build a sustainable real estate business that gives them the ultimate lifestyle. And everyone's rowing in the same direction right now. When you got this many people, I'm talking titans. I'm talking Chuck Fazio, Dan Beer, Carlos, the queen herself, Veronica. I mean, I'm leaving people out. The list goes on and on. Kyle, how are you going to beat that? Seriously. So you can't. Listen, if we took our eye off the ball and we were just sitting back doing nothing, anybody's beatable if that's the case, but ain't nobody doing that. It's not even it's not even in our DNA.
We had 2 core trainings weekly last week. So we're only going to continue to beef up. And there was a question up here earlier. What's our value proposition? And our value proposition is we want to help you double your business, build a passive income stream and an exit strategy by partnering with us without ever having to pay for coaching, training, or technology ever again. That is EXP's value proposition with Honey Badger Nation built on top of that. Our goal is to add as much value as we can, whatever it may be that you need. We have the chops to be able to help you with that. And so we're putting the systems, the processes, the training, the events, whatever it is that you need to plug into in order to get your business in the direction that you want it. That's what we're here for. So again, the historical model was you paid us a bunch of money for that stuff. The model today is if we're successful, we get paid when you get paid. So it's a much better business model. That's why we're all at EXP.
Yes, sir. And, I know those of you that jumped in a little later, if you have not made your way over to honeybadgernation.com, it's the one go-to resource for all of us to be able to tap into. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out and stay plugged in. We got a couple events coming up. We're going to be back in the land with Agent to CEO coming up next month. We're heading down to Build. That's in a couple weeks.
Yep.
And then I know we'll have our CHSA CHBA boot camp in Frisco in early December. So we've got a lot of stuff, training, grow your business, focus that you guys need to tap into.
So one other thing I wanted to mention, it was mentioned on yesterday's leadership call we have with our leadership group that is about growth. But, the thing I think it was, I don't know if it was John or Jay that mentioned is that the one thing you can do right now is the one, I don't know who said that, what's our value proposition. And when I hear that, I think to myself, dang, we ain't doing a good enough job of getting the message out. But we can't do it by ourselves. And that's why if you're a leader out there and hopefully you're watching this and you have people that you've brought into this organization that are part of your deal, get them on this call, get them to the trainings, get it out in front of them. Part of your job as a leader is to carry these messages down deep, because we I don't have everyone in my phone, and neither does John and neither does Jay. So it's a group, it's a collective, man. That's how we got where we're at today. The movement didn't start, just with one person, rowing. It was when everybody started rowing together, and that includes the communication channels and getting those messages out. There's no value going to be transferred unless they know about it. So communication is going to be big. Get it to your people, and yeah.
No, I mean, spot on. And it's just like, I'm thinking about Wally's call, right? So we plugged Wally in last week from a training standpoint because it's all about getting these agents plugged in, because there's a lot of agents that are kind of lost right now with what's going on and how do I navigate these markets, and seasonality's back, right? People are tripping out like, hey, why have things slowed up? Kiddos are going back to school. Seasonality. You haven't had to play the seasonality game. And so it's just little things like that. But Al, you're spot on with having to do a good job at reaching out and connecting with our people, because it's the number one thing that I see with people when they leave. And I ask them, I said, why are you making the move? They go, because I don't feel supported. Right? I don't feel connected. I wasn't the promise that I was made, that how they were going to help me grow my business. They're not doing that. Right. So whether it's true or not, they feel like they're unplugged. And so for you guys listening in, make sure you're connecting with your people, make sure you're reaching out to them, and, making sure that, they feel supported, that you're there for them. And then that, making sure they're getting plugged in. They're on Wally's call. They're on this call. They're on Braden's call. Right. And, just super, super important message.
Very true.
Hey, James. Yes, sir. We are here live in the groups, 11 o'clock Central every Tuesday. And then we have our Rapid Funnel app training coming up right after this in about 8 minutes. So if you guys aren't on the app, get on the app, get on the training. They're doing a 24-week, 26-week training process that the Rapid Funnel team is set up and walking everybody through. So it's a fantastic call last week. I know today's is going to be probably just as impactful.
Yep.
If it's your first time hearing us, welcome to Honey Badger Nation. And if you're wondering what's this Rapid Funnel app, I'm getting confused here. There's all this stuff. Just go to honeybadgernation.com, scroll down. You'll be able to download the app right onto your phone. And this app was developed specifically for our group to help with their agent attraction efforts, to give you like literally a plug and play paint by numbers app that's so easy to use that, it's a lot of times I think people get confused when they buy a technology. They're usually buying it to help them solve a problem or get ahead of it, a challenge that they're having, and it's going to solve a problem. Sometimes what happens is it's got so much stuff baked into it where you get confused and then you just stop using it altogether. And I've been a person that's, I've even done that.
Guilty.
What's nice about this app is it's so easy to use. There's nothing complicated about it. It's just, plug, play, text, invite to these events that we're doing. We've made it super easy for you to leverage us, and you can just download the app. There's a 14-day free trial. So you can just, you can ride it before you buy it and just experience it and plug into the call that's going to start in about 5 minutes where the team is going to give you the handles to the luggage and even give you all the little tips and tricks that we haven't even figured out yet. Because it's been almost a year that we've been working with the team at Rapid Funnel to try to find a solution that was easy. That easy button. I mean, nothing's going to be easy, but this app is extremely easy to utilize, but you got to get in and use it. You got to get to these trainings that we're going to be doing on Tuesdays.
And I think I saw there was a post to where now you can invite to the production training call with Wally on Thursdays and to the call with Braden on Fridays as well. So, being able to utilize that. So that's already in there to be able to invite to these agents. Wally's one of the best. I mean, he's coached all of us. He's coached our teams. And, I think this week he's diving into for sale by owners.
There's an
Opportunities
opportunity
out there.
Yep.
Cool. Any parting shots before we head over to jump on with the Rapid Funnel team?
Nope. No, I think we covered everything we needed to cover. Let's jump on over there and get to taking some action with this app.
Got it. All right. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you soon.
All right. Yep.